If you really love me the way you say you do, if you love me half as much as I love you, you would pluck a planet from the sky. You would use a star to dot the I in I love you. That is what you'd do. You'd take a dreary day and you would paint it blue. If you love me unconditionally, these are the things that you would do for me. Because I need you like a fish needs a sea, like a fire needs oxygen, like a flower needs a bee. And if you really cared for me, you'd let me video you while you wee. Standing up in the bath, I shouldn't even have to ask. Perhaps you'd even store a little more in a flask. These are just the things that people do when the love for one another is true. But we go together like a cracker and brie, like racism and ignorance, like bling and R&B. And if you really want to show you care, you let me wear your underwear when we visit your mum. It's a bit of harmless fun. I just like talking about your childhood with some lace between my buns. There's no reason for a big to-do if your love for one another is true. But we go together like a bird in a nest, like internet and porn, like guns in the US. And if you love me like you say you do, you'd purchase 40 cockatoo and teach them to fly in formation in the sky, and shit the words Tim is God on my ex-girlfriend's Hyundai. Sure, it might be easier with doves, but shirking challenges is not what love's all about. Love is not all wine and roses. Sometimes it's handcuffs and cheese. No one said love is for free. And if you agree with that, you'd sing me passages from the Koran wearing nothing but a Bob the Builder hat to the tune of Waltzing Matilda. I just love the combination of Islam, nationalism, and builder. Islam, nationalism, and a little bitty builder. Yeah, fucking love it. Yeah, Islam. I'm Bob the fucking Builder. Needs a talk, like bananas need pajamas, like a nun needs cock. And if you wanna put your love for me first, you wouldn't go through childbirth, you'd agree to adopt so that you could stay thin. We'll get a Chinese kid, it could teach us Mandarin. And communists don't make as much noise, and they're really good at sharing their toys. Because I dig you like an Aussie digs pies, like born against dig Jesus, like Jesus dug guys. And if you love me just a modicum, you'd softly rub my perineum and stick a finger at my bum as I'm about to come. I've heard it's quite acceptable and reasonably fun. Not that I'm saying that I'd want you to, but hypothetically it's something you might do if you love me unconditionally, like letting me video you while you weep, assuming there's nothing worth watching on TV. It's called If I Didn't Have You. Yeah, if I didn't have you. Yeah. If I didn't have you to hold me tight. If I didn't have you to lie with at night. If I didn't have you to share my sighs and to kiss me and dry my tears when I cry, will I really think that I would have somebody else? If I didn't have you, someone else would do. Your love is one in a million. You couldn't buy it at any price. But of the 9,999,100,000 of the possible loves, statistically some of them would be equally nice. Or maybe not as nice, but say smarter than you. Or dumber but better at sport. Or fucking tracing. I'm just saying I probably have somebody else. Yes. If I didn't have you, someone else would do. If I were a rich man, diddle 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 dee, I guess I would be either a surgeon or a model or a rally of the Royals or a Kennedy or an infomaniacal exhibitionist heiress to a large chain of hotels. If I were a rich man, maybe I would fiddle, fiddle, diddle, diddle with the rich man girls. I'm not saying that I'd not love you if I was wealthy or handsome, but realistically, there's lots of fish in the sea, and if I had a different rod, I would conceivably land some. Even though I'm fiscally consistently pitiable and considerably less Brad Pitt than Brad Pitiful, am I really so poor and ugly that you think only you could possibly love me? And I probably have somebody else. Someone else would do. I'm not undervaluing what we've got when I say that given the role chaos inevitably plays in the inherently flawed notion of fate, it's abstruse to deduce I found my soulmate at the age of 17. It's just mathematically unlikely that at a university in Perth I happen to stumble on the one girl on earth specifically designed for me. And if I may conjecture a further objection, love has nothing to do with destined perfection. The connection is strengthened, the affection simply grows over time, like a flower or a mushroom or a guinea pig or a vine or a sponge or bigotry or a banana. And love is made more powerful by the ongoing drama of shared experience and the synergy of a kind of symbiotic empathy or something. So I trust it goes without saying that I would feel really very sad if tomorrow you were to fall off something high or catch something bad. But I'm just saying, I don't think you're special. I mean, I think you're special, but you fall within a bell curve. I mean, I'm just saying, probably have somebody else. I think you are unique and beautiful. You make me happy despite being around. But objectively, you would have to agree that, baby, when I found you, options were relatively thin on the ground. You're lovely, but there must be girls as lovely as you and maybe more open to spanking or fucking table tennis. I'm just saying, probably have somebody else. I mean, I reckon it's pretty likely that if, for example, my first girlfriend Jackie hadn't dumped me after I kissed Winston's ex-girlfriend Nia at Steph's party back in 1993, enough variables would probably have been altered by the absence of that event to have meant the advent of a tangential narrative in which we don't meet, which is to say there exists a theoretical, hypothetical, parallel life where what is not as it is, and I'm not your husband and you are not my wife, and I am a stuntman living in LA, married to a small blonde Portuguese skier who, when she's not training, does abstract painting, practices yoga and brews her own beer, and really likes making home movies and suffers neck down alopecia. But with all my heart and all my mind, I know one thing is true. I have just one life and just one love, and my love, that love is you. And if it wasn't for you, darling, you possibly have somebody else. Someone else would surely do the motherfucker, yeah. You know how in Hollywood, Mills and Boon novels and stuff, there's this myth perpetuated that love should happen at first sight, or that if it does, it's more valuable or something. And I've written a love song to sort of redress that. Well, it's a nice song. It's just because in my experience, love creeps up on you, you know, and sometimes when you're least expecting it, and often when you don't really want it. So this is a love song about that creepy uppy kind of love. You grew on me like a tumor, and you spread through me like malignant melanoma, and now you're in my heart. Should have cut you out back at the start. And now I'm afraid there's no cure for me, no dose of emotional chemotherapy can halt my pathetic decline. Should have had you removed back when you were benign. I picked you up like a virus, like meningococcal meningitis. Now I can't feel my legs. When you're around, I can't get out of bed. I left it too late to risk an operation. I know there's no hope of a clean amputation. The successful removal of you would probably kill me too. You grew on me like carcinoma, crept up on me like untreated glaucoma. Now I find it hard to see. This untreated dose of you has blinded me. I should have consulted my local physician. I'm stuck now forever with this tunnel vision. My periphery is screwed. Wherever I look now, all I see is you. You seemed fickle and shallow, but my armor was no match for your poison arrow. You are wedged inside my breast. If I tried to pull you out now, I might bleed to death. I'm feeling short of breath. And you spread through me like malignant melanoma. I guess I never knew how fast a little mole can grow on you. This is a love song. Your love for me is not debatable. Your sexual appetite's insatiable. You never ever make me waitable, delectable, inflatable you. You don't have problems with your weight at all. You never steal food off my plate at all. I never have to masturbate at all. Unstoppable, inflatable you. You never seem to menstruate at all. So you're not angry when I'm late at all. I feel permanently fillatable, unpoppable, inflatable you. With you in my arms, I feel we could just float away. With the right kind of gas, I might even try it someday. In this ocean of life, I'm never afraid I might drown. We could just float forever, whatever the weather, whenever my inflatable love is around. Your thighs and buttocks are so holdable. You always do just what you're toldable. And if we argue, you just foldable, controllable, consolable you. My mates all reckon you are suitable. I took you round to watch the football, and Steve and Gary said you're rootable, refutable, commutable you. You're never sensitive or tickly. When I rub you, my skin goes prickly. It's known as static electricity, felicity when I'm kissing you. Your skin is so smooth, I couldn't afford you with hair. You have all the holes real girls have got, +1 for the air. Your problems are simple, I don't need my master's in psych to know if you get down. Now just to perk you right up with a couple of squirts with the pump off my bike. You never wake up when I snore at all, a trait which I find quite adorable. You have a box and you are storable, ignorable, backdoorable you. Any sexual position's feasible, although you don't bend at the knees at all. Your hooters are so firm and squeezable, increasable, uncreasable you. Now birth control is not an issue. I clean it all off with it. I bet my jealous friends all wish you were insatiably, inflatably theirs.